6 weeks ago, when the Mavs sent off Luka to LA, fans were furious.
How are we trading the franchise player? He's supposed to have a statue!
And when asking Mavs GM Nico Harrison why they would do such an outlandish thing, he said Luka was too injury prone or even poor conditioned. And for Luka's first few games with his new squad, it looked like Harrison may have hit the lottery. Until it didn't. 34 points, 32 points, 30 points. Mind you, he's accomplishing all of this despite having the most ball-demanding player on his team, who just surpassed 50,000 career points.
Open three!
However, there's always two sides to everything. Remember how I said Nico Harrison was trying to avoid injuries? Well, let's just say he got what was coming for him.
Despite all this misery, there was a bright side for the Mavs. They got 9-time All-Star Anthony Davis, which lasted for 20 minutes. In the past months since then, one after another, players who donned the Dallas Mavericks jersey have been plagued by injuries. So to speak, that even their only hope left, Kyrie Irving, has just torn his ACL. And with his return date not set in the near future, it raises a question. How do you go from achieving what some teams can only dream of in a postseason to having no foreseeable future? And lucky for you guys, we've narrowed it down.
Starting with the absence of team chemistry. When teams have large success in the playoffs, they usually make little to no moves the following season. However, the Mavs have done far from that. Currently, there are only two players available right now that were on that finals roster, Dwight Powell and Dante Exum. Definitely not the players you would suspect. The Dallas Mavericks have basically self-imploded. You can't blame it all on their questionable trade deadline moves, though. The thing they were most worried about with Luka came and bit them on the butt: injuries. As of this video, the Mavs injury report is massive, most notably Kyrie Irving.
And one of the most devastating injuries we've seen all year, Irving tore his ACL, yet still managed to shoot 2 free throws that would have made him eligible to come back into the game.
For those wondering why is he shooting the free throws, if there's a possibility of him coming back to the game, he has to shoot these free throws.
Exactly right.
But it's not his fault. What does the organization expect when they're playing a 33-year-old guard playing the most minutes in the entire league? Irving was the only thing managing to keep the Mavs afloat, so I get why they played him so much. But health should be their top priority, and you'd think that they know that by now. And the cherry on top is when they raise their ticket prices.
The Dallas Mavericks revealed that they're raising their season ticket price next season.
Which brings us to another reason: the organization.
Nico Harrison obviously saw Luka in poor condition at practices, and on top of that, we even saw some tension build this summer between them. But if you're trying to get your fans to come to your games, you don't trade your franchise player. I get how they don't want Luka to walk in free agency for nothing, or for him to be unconditioned on the bench for some leverage no team would want. So I'll give Nico Harrison that, but the mental damage it dealt to the Dallas community was insane. Overnight, he became the most hated person in Dallas. And for him to have the audacity to suit up and go to Luka's first game against Dallas is bonkers. He single-handedly wiped out last year's roster and sold their future away.
However, when all Mavericks are healthy, it could become scary. There's no doubt about it that when AD and Irving both play, they could be a serious threat to the West, but that's nowhere near soon. So in the meantime, I suggest you write an apology for any Mavs fan you know.